Well, 6 months on since the floods, and we're hearing reports more people are seeking mental health support. People from towns like Rochester, of course. Mind Australia has been offering this free mental health support, but even though demand is increasing, the funding is coming to an end in June. Emma is a single mother of 3 from Rochi. She's been accessing Mind's free mental health support via the mental health hubs, and she joins us now. Emma, thank you for taking the time to chat with us. How are you going?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's been 6 months. Does it feel like 6 months since?
No, definitely not.
Take us back to that time and tell us what happened.
So basically, I refused to leave my house because that's the first flood that I've gone through that I could remember. It was quite scary and overwhelming all in one. So I've got 3 boys that I have to think about as well. So, yeah, it was just definitely an emotional roller coaster ride. It did come up quite quickly. My partner at the time was with SES, so he was quite busy helping people as well. And basically he come around on the Wednesday night and said, you need to get out, you need to evacuate. And I didn't really want to go, but I ended up leaving anyway. My 2 older boys stayed at the house Wednesday night, and I went around to the house Thursday morning and said, guys, you need to get out now. You need to go somewhere safe because we're not going to be able to stay here. So they basically left and went to their cousin's place in Kyabram where they were safe. And, yeah, it was just crazy how quickly it come up. Like that's basically the first flood I've ever been through, and very, very scary.
And how high did the water get?
We had about 3-4 inches go through our house. So basically outside it would have been well and truly up past my waist in the entertainment area. It was pretty overwhelming.
So you said you left that night. Where did you go?
I left Wednesday night with my youngest boy, who is 4, and we went and stayed at his dad's place in Mackenzie Street.
And what was it like there that night?
It was okay that night. It didn't actually come up to his place until Friday. And then Friday night, like I remember putting our little boy to sleep, and all I could hear was the water rushing past, like the bedroom windows. It sounded like a river basically out the front in the driveway. And, yeah, like how quickly it come up, like, was just amazing. And then we ended up leaving Saturday because we couldn't use toilets or showers or anything in his house. So we left Saturday and went to my mother's house in Lockington to have showers and stuff. And we tried to get back in Saturday, but, of course, police and that wouldn't let us back into Rochester. So we got back in Sunday, and then Sunday afternoon was when I could get over to my house to see the damage. And, yeah, that's when it really, really actually hit how bad it was.
What did you see when you got to your house?
Basically, how much had gone through the house. Like I had 2 cats inside the house, 3 cats inside the house. Unfortunately, they'd made quite a mess as well because they tried to get up high off the ground. The carpets were all wet, furniture was wet, yucky, muddy, sloshy, like pit outside in the entertainment area. And then, yeah, the cleaning process started, which was very overwhelming as well. So, yeah.
Wow. So, you know, on that Sunday, you're looking at your house, you're displaced, you're going through trauma, the shock of it all, something you don't forget in a hurry.
Yeah.
What did you do then?
Basically, I went and stayed with my partner at the time at his unit, so me and his little boy. His uncle was also staying there with him because he lost everything in his house as well. So we were just basically, you know, keeping together, supporting each other. I didn't know what I was going to do, didn't know where I was going to go. I was up and down a lot. Like it was, yeah, it put pressure on our relationship, which was quite hard.
I'm sure, absolutely. and also just going through everything, trying to care for your kids and all of that as well. I understand you've been living at the Elmore Village.
Yes, yeah.
So
I decided to move out here because I needed somewhere to be safe with my children. I was living in a camper trailer in our driveway of the house for a little while, but that got too much because I had my two older boys were in swags in the shed, and me and my younger boy were staying in the camper trailer, and it just wasn't a safe environment. Like, the house wasn't safe to be in because of the black mold and stuff. And then, like, being outside and that too was quite, like, untidy in that. And, like, my little boy was playing one day outside, and he was playing in the sand, like the sandbag sand. And, and then my middle boy actually seen a snake heading towards the camper trailer, and I was just like, I can't stay here. Like, I need to be somewhere safe. Yeah, and I spoke to my partner at the time, and I said, I need to be somewhere safe where me and my boys can have a safe environment and a roof over our head and be comfortable until I know what's going to happen with the house. Yeah, and that's when I decided to get onto Elmore Field Day site and come out here.
And they were welcoming?
Yes, very much so. It's been absolutely amazing. I've saved a lot of money, paid a lot of bills, got a roof over our heads. We were in a caravan at the start, and my older boy got his own caravan for him to live in.
How old's he?
He's 23.
Mm-hmm.
And then the caravan got quite too small for me and my two boys. So they gave us what's classed as a family pod, and it's basically like a cabin. So we've got two separate ends. My middle boy has his own room, and I have my room with my younger boy, and we have shower and toilet and fridge and stuff and TV and everything.
Oh, that's awesome. And so your younger boy's what, 4?
Yes.
4, and then what's the middle one? What age are we looking at there?
He's 16.
Okay, needs his own space. Fair enough.
yeah, most definitely.
All right, great. So you're at the Elmore Village. Now, obviously, as we were saying, what you and your family and everyone in Rochie has been through has been horrific. Hence, this mental health support that has been provided. The Victorian government gave $1.5 million. It was kind of this surge funding to help out with mental health support to people just like yourself, Emma, affected by the floods. That funding is set to end on June 30. I'll talk about that in a tick, but first of all, how have you found that mental health support, and why did you decide to access it?
I found it absolutely amazing. With everything that I've gone through, basically my mind worker is Lee, and she's been my rock through everything. Like, she checks up on me nearly every second day, be it like a phone call or she comes to the pod to visit, and I couldn't have done it without them. And, I still pretty much need them, so...
Yeah, what do you think it would have been like without Lee helping you out?
Yeah, it would have been worse, I reckon. I don't think I would have been able to get through it. She's basically like a friend, like a really, really good friend. It's been advice, it's been chats, it's been emotional support, like comfort, like she gives you hugs when you're crying and stuff like that, and just helping me out and making sure I'm okay, basically.
Have you cried a lot?
Yes, more than once.
Wow. And you say the support's been amazing. Have you accessed this sort of support before yourself, if you don't mind my asking? I mean, feel free not to answer, but...
No, this is the first time.
How do you feel about the fact that funding is coming to an end and may not be available after June 30?
A little bit overwhelmed because, Lee's been amazing, so...
If you could say something to the state government, looking at the budget, noting that this was extra funding for these organisations, what would you like to say?
Basically just to keep it going, because it's not only just me in the position I'm in, like there's many others out there who are still without their homes and stuff like that, and they need to continue with the support. Like, if people don't have that support, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, my heart goes out to a lot of the elderly as well, because their houses aren't ready. So I don't know what people would do if they didn't have that support to continue.
So what do you think will happen after June if this funding is not renewed and people like yourself don't have access to that free support?
I honestly don't know. I guess people will find other solutions themselves and go I know that I have got good support team within friends and stuff like that, but sometimes it's not the same as having that professional help too.
Wow, Emma, look, we thank you for sharing all of that with us this morning. Talking about living at the Elmore Village or Rochester South, whatever you want to call it, that's been a lifeline for you and many others. I think that's closing up in August, isn't it?
Yes, we all got our vacate letters for the 15th of August to be out of here.
What are you going to do?
So, well, luck has sort of been on my side thanks to Anglicare. They got me public housing, which is very, very good. So that's all come together. I did get the government grant as well for people that didn't have insurance. So that's been a big help. So things are looking up for me, but...
Just out of interest, in terms of that facility, the Elmore Village closing in August, have you spoken to many people who don't really know what they're going to do when it shuts?
Yes. Yep.
What are they saying?
There's a lot of people here that I've made friends with, and a lot of them are still not knowing what's going on. They're not getting answers. They don't know how long their house is going to take. Some people have told me it could take anywhere to 2 years before it's ready. So there's from an outsider looking in, unless you actually sit with one of the flood victims, you never really know their full story until you talk to them. You can't actually feel even when you go back into the town of Rochester itself, everything looks normal, but it's not.
Well, thank you, Emma, for letting us sit with you today and hearing your story. We really appreciate that, and it really does draw a picture as to what people have gone through and are still going through. We really appreciate it, and good luck. Good luck, and do keep in touch.
Thank you so much.
That's Emma, who's a single mother of 3 living at Elmore at the moment. So Mind Australia, that mental health support you heard about, they're providing services through until the end of June, hopefully beyond that. But they're at the Rochester Community House on Mackay Street. They're also in Bendigo at 39 Rowan Street. They're at the Bridgewater Railway Station every Wednesday as well. So that's support for Bridgewater through the community hub at the railway station. They offer outreach as well by appointment. So go to mindaustralia.org.au. That's their website. We did ask to speak to the Minister for Mental Health, Gabrielle Williams. Declined our offer to come on the radio, but provided a statement saying that all decisions regarding future funding will be delivered when the budget is handed down on the 23rd of May.